second half, which I'm going to kick off myself. So, I come from a long line of hunter-gatherers. My family, my tribe, taught the ancient survival techniques by my parents' example. I see my parents like two small white fluffy-headed meerkats, sniffing the breeze, scanning the wide open space that is the rugby club car boot sale. My parents are the evolutionary peak of bargain hunters and car boot tat gatherers. I've seen my mum knock a man down from 50p to 20p for a cracked cruet set. A cracked cruet set which she never used. They joined the other 9 cruet sets in the cupboard. But each and every one a bargain. And bargain hunting is in my DNA. It flows through my veins. I cannot help myself. It's in every area of my life. I love reading. I love books. But why buy a book this thick for a tenner when I can have one this thick for the same price? Every word in this book, 0.5 of a pence. Every word in this book, 0.005 of a pence. But the more I read, the cheaper it gets. And don't get me started on poetry books. 20 quid for 20 poems, a few lines long? What a rip-off! I bought Katie Price's autobiography in Poundland. Now that's a value for money book. And I'm keeping fit. I love swimming. But each time I go, they charge me a £5. If I only do 10 lengths, that's an extravagant, what is that, 50p a length? If I do 20 lengths, it's a more reasonable 25p a length. But I aim for the blue ribband, their 10p length. For the 4th week in a row, the lifeguard has dragged my exhausted, half-drowned body from the pool. But I don't care, because each length pushes me nearer the 10p. Plus, I've got to use the lifeguard service. Double bargain. The more I swim, the cheaper it gets. And as a family, when I was a kid, we never went to art galleries. And we always said, that's not for the likes of us, that's for your toffs. Truth be told, we weren't going to pay good money to look at a few old paintings. And then Mrs. Snowbarger wanted to go and see an exhibition at the National Gallery. It was £16 a ticket. £16 each to look at a few old paintings. And it was a show of impressionists, not even real paintings. And then I realised there's 85 paintings in that show. Ooh, 85 paintings at 16 quid a ticket, that's about 20p a painting. Now, if somebody said to you, you can come and stand in front of my famous old painting, you can stand there as long as you like, and I'll only charge you 20p, you think, bargain. And that's what I did. I had to think of every painting as one in a series of 20p bargains. The more I looked, the cheaper it got. And of course, bargain hunting included clothes. My mum and dad never shopped in Marks and Spencer's. They treated M&S like it was haute couture. As a kid, I went into Marks and Spencer's twice. Each time a shortcut to somewhere else. My mum and dad thought British home stores were a bit racy. My mum still won't shop in Primark. I mean, there are reasons to dislike Primark. They encourage the disposable throwaway fashion. But to claim they're a bit pricey is kind of pushing it. And the upshot of this was I got my brother's hand-me-down clothes. That's okay, I didn't mind that really. Other families do it. But my brother is 6 years older than me. By the time his clothes got to me, they looked like they come out of the Ark. I was wearing drain pipe jeans when everybody else was in flared cords. My first work suit had lapels wider than my collars. my shoulders, and I sort of kept a tie bigger than my chest. This is when everybody else is wearing ties and lapels so narrow you needed magnifying glass to find them. But as their collars started to spread, mine started to shrink, and I hit the sweet spot. For 3 weeks, I was nearly on trend. And I've shown my friends pictures from then, and I've convinced them I was actually avant-garde, that I was ahead of the fashion curve, not 6 years behind it. But finally, I rebelled. At the tender age of 45, I committed what my family saw as a mortal sin. I bought a new jacket. It wasn't a hand-me-down, it wasn't a cast-off, not from a car boot sale, not even a charity shop. I went to a real shop and bought a new jacket. Gets worse. I paid £100 for that jacket. My family were shocked, stunned, outraged. My dad raged at me, waving a jacket under my nose. I bought this at a car boot sale for £1. I could have 100 like this. What were you thinking? When I was castigated, shunned, cut from the family will. It took me 5 years to get back into the family fold. I did it the hard way. Every time I wore that jacket, I kept a written log. Each log backed up with photographic evidence. At the end of 5 years, I had worn that jacket on average once a week, 52 weeks of the year, for 260 wears, at an average 30p a wear. But the more I wore it, the cheaper it got. And my case was helped when my dad's £1 bargain jacket fell apart the second time he wore it, thus meaning it cost him 50p a wear and was more expensive than my jacket. But bargain hunting is in every area of my life, even my love life. I went out with one woman, and in the space of the first month, I had to buy 2 pizzas with pudding. Well, she was extravagant. She had to go. The second woman was a bit more cost effective. And then I met Anne, who turned out to be, well, my soulmate. Anne, who turned out to be the love of my life. Anne, who turned out to be a bloody bargain. Our entire wedding, including the honeymoon, £3,000. And we've been married for 23 years. That's £130 a year, £2.51 a week. And of course, the longer we're married, the cheaper she gets. Thank you. So now we're on to Martin. And it's the most unusual artefact. Is that about yourself, Martin, or...?
I just wish that I'd come before you, not after you. There's chairs here, so I'm going to sit